Good morning. This is Miss Colligan for period 5, grade 8 science. I'm going to kind of go through what I want you working on this week and to go through again what you were supposed to complete last week. I still have plenty of you who did not turn in your paragraphs. If I go to the grade book, you can see I'm going to change it to quarter 4. All these that have zeros, that means I haven't seen any paragraph come in from the mini lesson, the video on Bay of Fundy with the tides, and you're supposed to write about your observations, what you saw. Please, please, please write a paragraph, turn that in, of your observations and why you think it's occurring. The next thing, any zero I see is because, again, you have not either, well, actually, if there's zero, that means you haven't read the article, done the quiz, or written the paragraph that goes with the article and submitted it. So again, read the directions, they're right in here. It tells you to go to Newsela, in a paragraph write down what a high tide and low tide is and why they occur as the article states, and take the quiz. If you get less than 100, I'm going to reset it for you so you can take it. But again, I'm looking for many more little blue papers here, little blue boxes that show me you've submitted your work. Okay, so again, this is last week mini lesson, Bay of Fundy video, and then this is your Newsela article where you need to submit a paragraph, and also you're going to take your quiz on Newsela or News ELA. So for this week, we're going to go into it, and we are doing our Earth, Tides, and Moon exploration. And I made a Google document because sometimes we've been getting kicked off of Schoology because it's crashing with the high volume right now. When the Google Doc opens, you're going to see basically what you should complete for the week. I'm not going to add more this week. Engage is basically, I want you to think about what would happen if Earth did not have a moon. What are some events you think may happen if Earth had no moon? Come up with at least 3 things. So you're going to make a copy of this. So you're going to hit File, make a copy, take out copy, and then you can write your name or your initials. So I could write like my son's initials, MC, space, and then hit OK, and then it would be saved, okay? Some of you have asked for request access. You don't need to request access. What you need to do is actually make a copy. So I'm going to go back to this original document, and it says, now watch the following video. What would Earth be like without a moon? Some of you have said that you have no access to YouTube. That if you can't access it because you were like kind of cut off from it at school, again, what I would like you to do instead is look up, Google, what would happen if Earth had no moon, okay? I could probably also play it in this video, but we'll get to that later. Maybe I'll upload that later into a different non-YouTube video. So we're gonna go back to here, and it asks you to watch the video to the end and then write down 5 things you learned, and that could happen on Earth because we have no moon. Write them down. And then your perspective, your opinion, what do you think would be worst thing to happen to the Earth with no moon and why? Then we're going to go into an article, and this is your exploration part of what are tides and what creates tides. So you're going to read the article. Anytime you see red right here, it tells you something to do. So it has you highlighting the most important parts of these 3 passages. This is the website I got the information from. And then again, there is more text for you to read. Anything in black, I want you to read. And then again, anything in red, you're going to do what it asks you to do. So for this one, it says go to SciJinx GovTides, read through the web page, and then fill in the following blanks and directives. These are actually pulled directly, copy and pasted from SciJinx. And what you're going to do is fill in the missing word. So I know you're actually reading the text. Here, I'm asking you to insert a picture of a title bulge using Google Images. So you literally go to Google Images. I'm going to write in title bulge and I'm gonna hit enter, I'm gonna hit images, and you're gonna have your choice. There's so many different images you can choose. You should have no issue doing that. So we're going to, again, go back to the document, work your way through. Again, read all the black, do the red. If it doesn't make sense, go ahead and write down, I don't know exactly what this means. Right down to the very end, and it's here, okay? This should take you probably about an hour at most. For some of you who work fast, I'm gonna ask you to slow down so that you can comprehend every little piece and part of it, because especially when it's explaining how right here, you can see that a tidal bulge is created on the opposite side of where the moon is. That seems like counterintuitive to us, where we're like, why would that happen? It's on the opposite side of the moon. How is it being, why is it looking like it's being pulled in the opposite direction? Why does that make sense? So I really want you to think about how that would make sense by reading the text over and over a few times if you need to. So again, once you're done with this document, I want you to go ahead and share, but share through a link as we normally do. I'm going to copy the link, and then I'm going to take it. You take your copy, you would go to your submission, which would, I'm just going to go back into 58, this class again, and I would go into this week, go into Earth, Tides, and Moon Exploration, and you would submit like you normally do. Again, my screen just looks a little bit different than yours, and you can see this is all I have received so far from your class, and it is Thursday already, and you have until tomorrow. So please complete this. So I'm going to use this video for grade 8, period 5, period 7, and period 8. And if you have questions, reach out to me through messages. When we're online together, I'm going to kind of just sit back and be there to answer any questions that you do have. You will all be on mute. You'll have to either kind of like put your thumb up so that I know you have a question, or raise your hand so I know you have a question, and then I can answer that directly with you, okay? And you can also message me in Schoology. If Schoology's down, we'll again use Zoom. Okay, so I hope that has cleared up any questions that you've had. And again, please complete your work and really think about how Earth's tides are kind of shaped and formed because of our moon, okay? And again, if you were out last night or the night before, I think last night was such a clear and beautiful night and you could see the moon. And if you see that moon pretty clearly, you also know that those tides, our tides are being pulled toward the moon at that point, okay? So for next week's work, we're going to look at different, throughout the whole day at a particular area, how do the tides change from increment or periods of time throughout a 24-hour period. All right, thanks for viewing. And again, ask me if you have any questions, and I'm going to stop this video here. Again, this is Ms. Colligan at ASI for CREC Grade 8 Science. Signing off.